What is up, guys and girls? Welcome to another episode of the Nonstop Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we don't mince words, that's the nature of the show. So, Rick, what are we doing today, buddy?
Steven Universe, Season 5, Episode 14, The Big Show. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay, so Rick, being a wrestling fan, I started doing it in the, between episode bits. But as a wrestling fan, it takes all of my willpower not to just announce this episode as, well, it's the big show. Trust me, it makes sense to the 5 people who are also wrestling fans.
I mean, if you enjoy the Tiger Philanthropist episodes.
Wasn't expecting the static and then music.
So I guess they're showing this to Lars on like the video camera or something.
Haven't a clue. I kind of get it. Nowadays, if you get this sort of footage, it will be on camera phones.
Yes. And 99 times out of 100, it'll be somebody holding the camera phone incorrectly.
That kind of makes it charming. I gotta appreciate the confidence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
How long has she been in this goddamn knee brace?
Like the entire series.
What the fuck is a Mosley cheese salad?
Well, it's just a cheese board, ain't it?
All right. It's sometimes easy to forget that Greg actually knows his shit when it comes to music.
Yeah.
I appreciate the gimmick they're going for, but I don't quite know about the tombstone headpiece, but
no. This feels a lot like the 60s.
Yeah.
It feels like the really early Flintstones songs or whatever, you know.
Kind of explains why Greg's into it.
Yeah.
I like how Greg did actually just tag along to be like, yeah, sure, fuck it, I'll listen to him live. I've got nothing better to do on a Sunday.
I mean, as far as hobbies go, him being their producer would actually pretty work out for a while for him.
Well, especially considering he's a billionaire.
He's only a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. I think they made him specifically not a billionaire to make him not an automatic villain.
I don't know, man. He did the first thing he did was basically just give away so much money to that hotel.
Yeah.
One of the things that came with making this podcast, I shit you not, was a bit of advice from... I forget if it was Dave Grohl or Kurt Cobain. I think it was Dave Grohl because I think it was recent. Where, bands should start as just a group of friends playing shit music in their garage.
Yeah, you can't start anywhere other than the bottom rung.
And, I basically took that advice and translated it to podcast, which is why... Rick, you were my second choice. Not because I don't like you, but because I assumed because Matt is a bit more local, he'd be easier to get hold of. And turns out that was the fucking wrong thing to think about.
Fair enough.
He
also hates this style of content, so it would be difficult to have him create it.
Could you imagine Matt taking your place? Because I can, and I'd hate it.
I can just imagine him doing the Matt face the entire time.
But without camera, that's not helpful.
No.
Hey, well done, Greg.
Star wipe.
Hey, man, it's a simple effect, but it's a good one. That is a great name for a fog machine.
It is. It is. I mean, when you got a fog machine, you got to have lasers.
I guess. Nice. Oh, yeah, 'cause she doesn't like telling Barb stuff because Barb gets a bit over... I do feel bad for Barb at the moment.
Time for Barb to get a day off.
What's the old adage? You don't ask for permission, you beg for forgiveness.
Yep. Aww.
I get both perspectives on that one. I really do.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's so happy to see everyone just into it.
Hmm.
Look at Greg just being a good fucking adult person.
Yeah, being backup dad.
Ah.
And now he's a millionaire.
True. Like, we're seeing Barb when she goes into overprotective parent mode, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it's basically all the time, and that's the problem that Sadie has with it. Oh.
Wow. Now, if you were like us and made to go to school in Britain, you had to wear a tie as part of your fucking uniform.
Yeah, he did.
That being said, it's been so long since I've worn a tie, I'm actually struggling to remember how to do one. It's one of those where I'm sure if someone gave me a tie and I put it around myself, my hands would just be able to do it. But thinking about it, I'm like, shit, How do you tie a tie?
Yeah, like the two different ways are you do a big one or you do the little peanut knot one that you do as a kid.
I always well. Here's the thing: in our school, it was mandatory you do the big one. However, you'd make if you were a boy in particular, you'd make it about 10 minutes into your day before someone quote unquote nutted you, which was yanking on your tie and making it super small.
Yeah, the good old peanut.
And then you get fucking bollocked by the teachers.
Yep.
As if it's
for
your
being
fucking
peanutted by someone else.
Yeah, exactly. It was so fucking annoying. Sorry, I'm getting angry at the wrong thing. I want to watch the song.
Hmm.
I'm getting ready for the ramp up.
Now here's the thing, like, obviously I saw Sadie before the other character, but I do also think of the blue-haired assistant from Amphibia whenever I hear this voice.
I'm struggling to remember the character.
You know when they were on Earth and there was that crazy scientist who wanted to subjugate all the frogs? There was a blue-haired assistant who was actually a good guy.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry, I got distracted because you know that moth I told you about, which would have been like 3 episodes ago now by the fucking... For the audience. It just decided to leave my window and fly across my laptop screen. So as I'm listening to you, I'm whacking, and I'm trying to not whack the microphone, because that would really piss people off. You got to give them credit where credit's due. As far as a stage show goes to go with your performance, this is a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, for a first performance, this is, like, boss.
Eh? Oh, I'm guessing Sadie thought it was Mum dressed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sadie thought it was Barb, and it ain't. This is an actual producer.
Yeah. I don't think teenagers are used to crashing quite so hard. But as an adult, I think sometimes you have a big day out and you get home and you go, I'm going to have a nap.
Gonna put my feet up and have a nap.
We really experienced that when I was up north with you, didn't we? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had multiple days where it's just like, it got to about 11 o'clock at night, and I'd just go to Rick and the other chap we were with, who I've already mentioned, so fuck it, Matt, I'm sorry lads, I'm going to bed.
Yep.
You just have these two fucks doing some fun stuff until 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in the other room just sleeping.
I mean, part of the time it was just us pissing about with Matt's new PS5.
True enough, that motherfucker got a bargain.
He did. He could have had it £5 cheaper from a company that may or may not exist yet still.
Why? What are we on about now?
When he bought the PS5, like, there was one for £5 cheaper in a different shop, and then for £5 more he got it from Cashies, because Cashies is going to be there tomorrow.
Okay, that's what you meant. Okay, sure. But yeah, I kind of missed that entire closing dialogue with Sadie on the camera with everyone sleeping, because I decided to talk about myself sleeping, which is one of my favourite activities to do. Rick, what do you think of the episode?
It was cute. It was nice to see it in this format where it's like a mockumentary in universe that Steven's probably making just to show Lars, despite the fact that he's documenting the early days of Sadie Killer and the Suspects legitimately. You know?
Yeah, it's one of those funny things where if Sadie Killers does continue on an upward path, which I think the show's trying to imply that it will, that this probably will actually be used in a proper documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, they feature in the movie at least.
Fair enough, I can't wait to see it.
The movie's actually not far away. We're not a million miles away from the end of the series, and the movie follows on, well, a little time skip from that, but yeah, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it was a good episode. It was a fun episode. It feels like it's very clearly a bit of a breather between between Lars's adventures in space and more Lars's adventures in space.
Yep. Which, let's be honest, I'm here for, but, I understand people wanting a break from more Lars.
Yeah. Well, if we weren't doing this in chronological order, we could just watch the Lars saga and then watch the other bits. It's just, I'm just looking at the episode list very quickly, and we've had 5 episodes since Sadie Killer first debuted, so it's another thing of just like indicating that stuff is still happening on Earth,
Yeah, it's like, now that we're gearing up towards the end, all the Townie episodes are good.
You've changed your tune, sunshine.
Yeah, starting with the Sadie Killer and the Suspects episode before now, the last one and this one are both good because we care about the teenagers.
A little bit.
Not Ronaldo.
Oh, Ronaldo doesn't count. He is... the fact that Ronaldo is so deep into conspiracy theories, like, it's almost unsettling, and it hits a bit too close to home, because when I was a teenager, I was into that a little bit. Except I didn't have such free access to the internet and social media, so I wasn't quite so obvious about it. So, yeah, that being said, Rick, favourite moment?
My favourite moment is the little heart-to-heart that Greg and Sadie were having. It wasn't like a sit-down, have a heart-to-heart. They were just, like, kind of leaning against the van of Greg just being wistful about, man, I wish my parents supported me the way that Bob supports you. It's kind of nice. And Sadie going, yeah, it's kind of suffocating. And Greg going, yeah, I know, but And that's kind of the turning point that Sadie was warming up to the idea. How about you? What was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment was basically, it's pretty much during the same scene or just before, where it's like, hey, we got the laser machine, we got the fog We got the fog of war. We got Bob.
Yeah. And Bob's good old, if I ask nicely, we can use the van. Or if I don't ask, we can use it anyway.
Yeah, it was just nice to see Sour Cream of all people. Like, Sour Cream, this has been an obvious dream of his pretty much since the series began. So it's nice for him specifically, but it's also nice that despite finally climbing up a bit in the musical scene, he's still just wholesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, the time has come to add to our coveted MVP leaderboard. Rick, who are you adding?
As much as I want to give it to Greg for helping Sadie along, it was Sadie, really. Like, she got the help and then she performed at the end. So, yeah, gotta be Sadie. Sadie killer. How about you?
Oh, I disagree. It's gotta be Greg.
Sure.
He got them the gig. The moment he got basically roped in thanks to Stephen, he just sort of rolled with it.
Yeah.
He's got the funds, he's got the connections, and he's more than happy to share them. Plus, because he's just such a great dad in general, what better person to have with you on the road with a bunch of teenagers but Greg?
There's too much good dad for just one kid, and it's to the benefit of Sadie Killer and the Suspects.
It really is. But yeah, we're probably going to get some more gem shenanigans and Lars amongst the stars next time, so join us for that, guys.
Bye.